Mr. Speaker, I rise to explain my vote.
Please, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I was born in 1990. This bill went into effect in 1991 at the height of the AIDS crisis, when an HIV diagnosis or an AIDS diagnosis was a death sentence. I went through public schools here in the state of Arizona, and the entire time, the entire 12 years that I went to the Sunnyside School District, which I became a board member of, I was somebody who was labeled as alternative. For me, it's a really important win today to be able to have this, because the struggles and the challenges that I went through as a student in our public schools, where I was labeled as alternative, labeled as an other, will be going away today. So I want to thank Mr. Shope for his leadership on the Senate side, Mr. Casada, Ms. Carter, and Ms. Kate Brophy-McGee, but really all of the people who have led this fight for years. Because in 1991, when this went into effect and I was 1 year old, nobody would have imagined that here on the floor of the State House, there would be 6 openly gay men serving in the legislature. So while attitudes and science have changed, which has led us to the moment where we are in today, where HIV and AIDS is not a death sentence, but a chronic condition, but also the moment in which we as members of the LGBTQ caucus and of the state of Arizona can stand here shoulder and shoulder with other members of the Arizona legislature to make sure that we are changing laws for the betterment of all of the students in Arizona public schools. While those of us who are here today are all openly gay men who are members of the LGBTQ caucus, we know that we don't represent the entire community. And we strive for a day where we have more representation and equitable representation. But I'd like to close off by thanking all of the stakeholders who have been working on this issue for years. This is not a victory for one person or for one group. This is something that all of us share in, because we were able to come together as a bipartisan way to ensure that Arizona students never have to feel like they are another. So with that, I vote aye. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very, very much.